Okay, here with the last example here of how to compute a z-score. And if you look at this one here, we have somebody that, in this case, was catching fish. They caught 44. The average was 27, and standard deviation was 7. So if we look at this explanation here, you can see that there's a formula here, and all it's asking you to do is take whatever the data value is, subtract the mean, and then divide by the standard deviation. So it's a pretty simple, um, um, you know, process here in terms of finding it. Now, just to kind of give you a sense what the z-score means, it's a way of standardizing or talking about in terms of how many standard deviations am I away. So if I picked a very convenient number, let's say the standard deviation is 7, and I increase 44 by 7, which would get me to 51, right? So let's say if I said that the mean was 51, okay, and therefore I'm 7 away, right, with an observation of 44. So if I took 44 minus 51 instead of 27, I would get a -7, which would leave me with -1. So that would mean I would be 1 standard deviation to the left of the mean. Okay, so, and if you think about that, right, 44 is 7 to the left of the mean of 51. Okay, so again, I'm artificially changing this so you get a sense of what this number represents. If I went on the other side of this and say, okay, well, let's say if the mean was 7 less than this. So if I subtract 7 there, I'm going to get 37, right? So if I take, um, 37 minus 40, or I'm sorry, 44 minus 37, okay, now I'm just going to get 7, and 7 divided by 7 is 1, and therefore I'm 1 standard deviation to the right. Okay, so 44 again is 4 or 7 above 37. Okay, well, here we say, well, it means 27. So if I take that and subtract that, right, and I take 44 minus 27, that tells me that I am 2.428, or about 2.43 standard deviations away from the mean. Okay. So, again, that's what a z-score means. It's just a standardized score, and it's, where is that observation relative to the mean in terms of the number of standard deviations. Okay. So if I pop in back to the question here again, I don't think they changed it a little bit. Yeah, so we have that. Okay. Um, Let me just go down here quickly, since we're talking about standard deviation or z-scores here, and it says finding a z-score for a given data value. Okay. And that's what we just did. If I would change this up and go into another problem here that deals with z-scores here, and it says, okay, finding a z-score and interpreting it means this is exactly what I just did for you. Okay, so, we would be asked to find the z-score here. I'm not going to go through that, but again, all we would do is, I'm not going to go through it specifically, but all we would do is say, all right, well, she just took the midterm and is nervous, the mean score was 63 with a standard deviation of 7. Find what her score is. She scored a 66. So that would just be 66 minus 63 divided by 7. We'll just do it the fast way here and say, okay, it was 0.43 rounded to 2 decimal places. All right. So now what we have to do is we have to say, okay, well, how do we interpret it? And again, this tells me the number of standard deviations I am away. So it kind of, you're filling in this template here. The z-score goes in here, tells us about how many standard deviations we're away. And since it's a positive number, we are going to choose the word above. Had it been, a negative 0.43, then obviously that would be below the mean. Okay, so that wraps up z-scores here. We're going to get back. This is going to be a number we're going to talk about quite a bit in the future. But right now we're just keeping it basic, essentially what it is. What I did was, again, go through all the different types of homework questions, not every single one, but kind of hit the main ones that you're going to have to be able to do and or be asked to do. If you do have any questions, again, always feel free to reach out. Email is the best way to get in touch with me, because I'll get alerts on my phone. I will try to check. I should check my. I should, is my job, check the Halo messages on a daily basis, and I will do that also. But this will give me a little quicker response if I'm able to get to a computer. And like I said, it might be a typed response, it might be an email response, it might be a video like these. Okay, depending on the nature of your question. So, okay, hope it's all going well, and God bless, and I will see you soon.